Hey guys, I'm just kicking off this thing a little bit live so I can make sure it's working. I have a few things that I just need to sort out here myself while I wait for it to be time to actually kick off properly. I hope you all have a cup of tea and you're ready for a chat. I won't keep you too long. You can see my bedroom behind me. This is a very professional setup, clearly. But yeah, I'm just going to hold on for about 5 minutes before going live officially. I wanted to make sure this was working because I don't do YouTube live streams too often. So I wasn't sure if the link would work across all my platforms. So I have my laptop here as well. You can comment on the video here on YouTube, and I'll see your comments popping up. So if you're watching this on Twitter or Patreon or Facebook, do come over to the YouTube link. Thanks, Jan. You're as good as gold. Thank you for letting me know. But come over to YouTube and comment here if you have any questions or during this live stream. So if you have any requests, let me know. I don't know what to sing. I don't know what song to do. I haven't thought about it too much. So if you have a song that you'd like to hear, comment and let me know, and I will do that one, because I have no plan. I'm as confused as everyone. Yeah, so I'm looking at Facebook here and it doesn't look like the video, the live stream goes automatically to that platform, which isn't ideal. You have to click into the link to go to the live stream, so that's worth knowing. So I'm going to change my caption on Facebook and let people know that they need to click it. Sorry, this is engrossing, I'm sure. Sorry, I disconnected there for a second. Drop a comment and let me know how you're doing and what the world looks like where you are. Right now I am looking out into a student village, which is as weird and bleak and concrete as it ever looks. And my bedroom is what it is. I'm surrounded by Jacob Stack illustrations and a very beautiful photograph taken by Karen Higgins in Monaghan. And my vast amount of dresses that you will see at gigs. Nothing much looks different here, but I was out for a walk yesterday in the woods with my family and there were lots of people out walking their dogs and getting a bit of fresh air, because when you can't socialise otherwise, when the pubs aren't open and there's no public place to gather, people get out for walks, it seems. So everyone was out in Cratloe Woods yesterday for a beautiful walk in the sunshine. Thank God we had sunshine. Jesus, it's been so bloody grim outside. It's hard to not feel just really like a prisoner in your own home, which yeah, not great. So we're nearly there, 2 minutes away from official live videoing. Let me know how you have my two boys on the floor gaming. They built their own nest and Neve sleeping upstairs. Oh, Jan, that sounds amazing. I imagine it's a scary time for you guys. It's a hard time to have anyone who's vulnerable in your household, especially when there's fucking idiots out there that are still pretending like this is all not a real crisis. I dipped my biscuit in my cuppa and it's going to collapse. It's definitely going to collapse. Yeah, it's this is a really weird time. There's 17 people watching right now, which is really nice. Hi guys. How are you doing? What's going on? What are you up to today? How are you dealing with this weird time in our lives? It's really weird. It's really weird to be doing this right now. Okay, 1 minute and then I'm gonna go live and I'll stop munching on my Okay, Crystal, go make a cup of tea. Guys, everyone go make a cup of tea. I'm about to go to work and I don't really want to. Oh, Dana, no. You poor thing. Where are you working? What are you doing? Hello, everyone. Thanks for commenting and let me know what you're getting up to. It's really nice to have a bit of company actually as well because it's 1 o'clock, so we're officially live. I am in my house in Limerick and not venturing out today because it's miserable out. Damien, this is a decent biscuit, a good old-fashioned digestive. Hello, Declan. Thanks for joining. Thanks for advising us that you exist. Yeah, Leah, how is that going? I'm wondering about how Zoom works. I've seen a few people using Zoom to do live lessons and I like music teachers, normal, like non-music teachers, normal teachers, people doing group meetings using Zoom. I'm really curious about how it works. So now we're live, officially. Everyone keep talking in the comment section as well. I love that there's a community growing around this online lockdown situation. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have a look at Zoom as well and see. Hi, Alec. How are you? I feel alive. Okay. So the reason I gathered you all here today was so I'm gonna speak a little bit of German because it seems fair to do so. Firstly, put out a shout there a little while ago. Also, oh, sorry. Look at my cup. They're not mass produced, but this is one of two. Hey Eddie, how are you? Hi Mick. I know, I'm really devastated that there are no animals or children that can barge into the shot here. Hi Rolf, thank you for joining. This is one of two mugs with Emma Langford artwork on them. I'm not going to mass produce them because they're not cheap to make. My connection keeps dropping off here, so I'm very sorry if you lose something. I'm keeping an eye on it because I have it on selfie mode, so I can see when the connection goes. So while I have you all here, thank you for joining. I want to make a quick announcement. I apologize in advance for my Deutsch. Ich bin außer Übung. Yeah. So here's what I want to say. Guys who don't speak any German, I'm very sorry. You can just enjoy how ridiculous I sound if you want. But for those of you who do speak German and are tuning in, this is a brilliant. I contacted a few asking people if they could help me translating this message because I want to be able to speak in German to my German fans. So, eigentlich sollte ich gerade mit meinen Bandkollegen Alec und Ray im Flieger nach München sitzen. Nun, wie ihr euch wahrscheinlich alle denken könnt, ist das zurzeit nicht möglich. Wir sind untröstlich, die dreiwöchige Tour absagen zu müssen. Super gerne hätten wir in Deutschland und Österreich unser neues Album Sowing Acorns vorgestellt. Doch letztendlich haben wir die richtige Entscheidung getroffen. Wenn alles gut geht, werden wir 2021 wieder dort spielen. Darum bitte ich jeden Einzelnen, der ein Ticket für die aktuelle Tour gekauft hat, dieses zu behalten und für die kommende aufzuheben. I think that means if you have a ticket for the current tour, please hold on to it and don't ask for a refund just yet. Bitte besucht die Seite Aktion Ticket behalten. Aktion Ticket behalten für mehr Infos. Lasst uns bitte alle dafür sorgen, dass dieser Virus nicht auch noch das Ende von Veranstaltungsorten, Musikern und unserer Bookerin Petra bedeutet. Danke für eure Unterstützung. I hope that made sense. I'm very sorry if it didn't. My colleagues, my bandmates, Alec and Ray, have had to cancel our 3-week tour of Germany, which we were really, really excited to do. A few days ago, it was a very hard decision to make. Today, it is abundantly obvious that it was necessary. We're meant to be on a flight today, going to Munich, and then travelling down to Austria to play a show tomorrow, which is Paddy's Day. But obviously that's not happening. We made the choice to cancel because when I take a show on tour, it's not just myself I have to think about, it's my bandmates, and it's their partners and their families and their friends. It is my booking agent, and it's the venue owners, it's my audience, it's you guys. And so if I take my trio on tour when this crisis is ongoing, I'm putting everyone in danger, and it's a very selfish choice of me to make. So it had to be made. The choice had to be made to cancel the tour, which was very hard, and it means for the next 3 weeks we're not getting the PR we would have gotten. We're not getting the practice we would have gotten playing the show consistently for 3 weeks. We're, the bottom line is we're not working for 3 weeks. That's 3 weeks income, that's merchandise sales, it's huge, and it's really, really hard. But it is a choice that had to be made because people's lives come first. So thank you to everyone who bought a ticket for this tour and sold out so many of the venues. We are hugely, hugely grateful. And what I mentioned there in that German speech, and what I'll say again is, please go to the site Aktion Ticket behalten. I'll put a link to it in the comments after the video. But on that site you'll get more details about how you can, a bit of that digestive went down the wrong pipe. You can get more details about how you can still support the venues and the musicians and not cause the venues and musicians and bookers to go under in this time. But if you hold on to your ticket for this tour and keep an eye on the reschedule dates for next year, all going well, you'll be able to use the exact same ticket next year, rather than looking for a refund, because if everyone looks for a refund of their tickets right now from those venues which are independent, the venues will close. So we're imploring of everyone who had a ticket to hold on to it for now, please. So that's kind of what I wanted to say about Germany. I'm really, really sad that we're not travelling over to Austria for tomorrow's show. We were really looking forward to it. It'll have been the first time the album will have had an outing, and now that's not going to happen. I have a box of 1,000 copies of the album waiting for me in town that I need to pick up and pay for, and this tour was going to pay for getting the album printed, and I don't know how I'm going to pay for it. The album will be released officially in autumn, in September. The plan is to tour it in Ireland in September, but I don't know what's going to happen now. I don't know when the coronavirus is going to ease up and allow us to get back on the road. And a lot of musicians are in this position, a lot of artists, a lot of actors and writers and freelancers in every field are in this position right now. And I think what we can do is we can pull together as a community and show a strong front and help each other out in any way we can. I have started reading bedtime stories, and just stories in general, not necessarily bedtime stories. You can read it, you can listen to it at bedtime if you want, but I'm recording myself reading stories and putting them up online. I was doing it just on Patreon up until now, but I've decided to do them publicly and just put a tip jar PayPal link along with them that people can contribute what they want if they enjoy what I'm doing. So I put that link up and people were getting on board. And then last night, Chris O'Dowd, super famous actor Chris O'Dowd, that someone is, he tagged me into it and said, "Hey Mag, Chris O'Dowd is stealing your gig." So I commented asking him to please not steal my gig. But he was very sweet, and he followed me and messaged me privately and told me that he's happy to help me in any way he can to get the word out about what I'm doing, and maybe we can both do some good. And then Laura O'Mahony also commented saying she's also doing bedtime stories. She's reading stories on her Instagram live, and I highly recommend checking them out. They are so much fun. She's brilliant. She's a hilarious woman. She's a brilliant comedian. So do go and check out Laura's Instagram and look at her. It's not just her as well, it's her kid Polly. The two of them read the story together, and Polly does all the shouting along bits, and it's brilliant crack. So she is on Instagram as Laura Lols Lots, as in lols as in LOLS. So I'm just gonna make sure I haven't missed any little comments here. Eddie, I will hold up the guitar shortly. If anyone has any requests for songs, let me know. I'll play a tune as well here while I have you. Jan says, don't want to be too businessy here, but having a donation link instead of a subscription service like Patreon will help more with income. Yes, exactly. Yeah, I agree. So my donation link will go up, my PayPal link will go up instead of my Patreon link, so people can chip in intermittently as opposed to on a monthly basis. But my Patreon thingy-majigger, if you want to be part of that community, is you can donate $2 a month and I get access to nearly everything. So if you're up for doing that, it'd be huge. It's great to have a dependent income of some nature. I know $2, I don't know what it works out in euro, but I know it's not a huge amount for people. Please put a third album on Bandcamp for pre-sale, no matter if and when it Rolf, I'll do my best. With the Patreon thing, $2 a month isn't huge for a lot of people, but it really adds up for artists. If 50 people are giving $2 a month, that's, $100 a month, which is money you wouldn't be making otherwise. And if you know you're going to have that every month, that's massive. Rolf has asked me to put a third album on Bandcamp for pre-sale, even though I haven't recorded one yet, just so people can support, which is very sweet. Thank you, Rolf. There were other things I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, so seeing as this tour is cancelled, a lot of people are doing live stream gigs from home, which is a gorgeous idea. So myself and Alec and Ray, we had this gorgeous idea that we would do a concert live tomorrow, all three of us together. But that is unfortunately not going to happen. Too many risk factors at the moment with bringing people together. So we're not going to do that, unfortunately. That was a lovely idea we had for Paddy's Day. I might do a session tomorrow myself at some point from home. But what I am doing is on Friday at 6 o'clock, a group in Cork called Unemployable Promotions, which is a very sadly apt name right now, are doing a whole festival, basically. They're starting at 6 o'clock. They've lined up a few different artists. We're all going to do a live stream from our own pages and our own homes. And Unemployable Promotions are going to promote it on their page. They're going to have a donation link, and they're going to split all of the payments between all of us, which is really nice. I think Mida Houlihan and Paddy Dennehy are doing it as well. I'm not sure what other artists they have on board. So we're all going to do a short set from our own homes, and so that'll be a bit of fun. That's called the Live at Home Sessions. And I'm so all over the place. My head is so fried. I wanted to come on here and be like a super chill, upbeat, uplifting, fun presents for you guys if you're stuck at home and feeling down, but I'm all over the place. I'm really sorry. The new album, I'm trying to figure out what to do with the new album. It's coming out officially in September. People have pre-ordered it. I really want to give people a bit of joy and new music to listen to as much as I can. What you could do is join my Patreon, and I'll be putting up, what I'll be doing there is I'm putting up kind of live videos, some exclusive patron only stories, and I will be sharing O'Sullivan era. What time on Friday? And happy to donate. Friday, the live streams are starting from 6 o'clock. If you go to Unemployable Promotions on Facebook, and they'll have a listing of who is playing and when, but it's starting at 6 o'clock, and I'll let you guys know what time my set is at. I'm not sure yet what time I'm going on at. Yeah, does anyone have a song they want to hear or a story they want to hear? So I'm doing a bedtime story tonight. I'm going to release it at 8 o'clock. I'm doing The Little Prince, and that is in honour of my best friend Steve, who's in Laois, and she is still working because her place of work is not closed, which is incredibly selfish. And they're not an independent little business, I'll tell you that much. They can afford to close for a week or two and stop putting their customers and staff's lives at risk. I'm very fucking angry at anyone who is still putting people's lives at risk, and I'm sorry for anyone who has their kids with them at the moment. Jan, I hope yours didn't hear me. I hope Ben didn't hear me swearing there, but I am very angry. The Selfish Giant, that sounds nice. Silence in Bed, is that the name of a story? Interesting. I had a whole list of stuff I wanted to talk about today, but look, bottom line is I am really, really sad about this German tour being cancelled. And I would I'd only love to still be going over, but it would have been really selfish and really irresponsible of us. Like 4 days ago, it was a choice. You know, it was like, should we cancel? We should cancel. You know, and like today now, looking at literally the borders of Germany have closed. All the venues have closed. They're not allowing any gatherings, no matter what the size. It's a very bloody scary time. And it was the only option. Yeah, Petra reminded me there to say to you guys again, Aktion Ticket behalten, keep your ticket is what it's called, and it's basically, don't look for a refund, hold on to your ticket, and it can be redeemed against the next concert that we do over there. So we're going to be going back to Germany next year. But I'll give it a go. This is my guitar. Eddie Punch, if you're still there. So I'll give you guys a rendition of Sowing Acorns. Obviously I can't do the spoken word bit because I'm not Vanessa Ifidiora. There's a lovely healthy rattle off the guitar. Poor guitar has coronavirus. That's not even a joke anymore. Okay. I'm going to give a go of Sowing Acorns live, acoustic, unplugged. This is Dadgad tuning, D-A-D-G-A-D, Dadgad. Or something approaching it. It's all very out of tune at the moment. I'm seeing a lot of people posting about helping the artists that are struggling at the moment. It's so huge and so appreciated. I'm finding it very hard to accept the poor me-ness of anything I'm posting. I don't really want to be asking people, because like, people are so kind anyway. So I really appreciate all the support. It's huge. I don't know when I'm going to be able to gig again. So that's just the reality of it. So here is Sowing Acorns. I've been holding out on you these past nights, hoping you'd find me yourself before light. Dreams, they don't come to me willingly now. Darkness, no comfort. Silence, no shroud. I have to reason where reason allows. These eyes grow weary now, tracing the lines, counting the cracks in a gray plaster sky. Dreams don't entice them to rest for a while. Dreams are the locked box kept deep in the night behind their own closed eyes. I've been sowing acorns in my densely woven mind. I've been growing trees from memories for us to climb. When we reach the top, what will we see? So sleep will come to me now willingly, peaceful and dreamless will overfade. Worries and thoughts tangle, twist and unwind. Lost now I drift in this blue black of night. I've been sowing acorns in my densely woven mind. I've been growing trees from memories for us to climb. When we reach the top, what will we see? When we've climbed them all, what will we dream? Oh, will we dream? It's kind of funny that that song is the one that came out now, when it's the one that I wrote in 2018 when I was really, really sick. I had really bad fever dreams. 2017, sorry. I was at the end of my master's in community music and I was dying sick with horrible flu, and I couldn't sleep for 3 weeks because I had such bad fever dreams. Every time I tried to sleep, I had these horrible nightmares that would wake me up, and then I was thought I would woken up, and then I was waking up into another dream, and over and over and over again, to the point where I just didn't want to sleep because it was so exhausting and horrifying what was going on in my mind. So for that to be the song that's taken off now as the one that I wrote as a lullaby to try and get myself to sleep at the time is weird, but quite nice. Thank you all so much for tuning in and for listening. It means a lot. If you have any more requests, let me know now. Otherwise, I'm gonna hop off this live stream pretty soon. But I will be doing a story later on. I'm gonna be recording. There's one called The Best Loved Doll as well, which was one of my favourite books as a kid. It's in tatters now, the book is, but if anyone has a story they particularly want to hear, drop me a message and I'll see what I can do. And you want to hear The Winding Way Down to Kells Bay? I'll play The Winding Way Down to Kells Bay then. Coming right up. Let me know how you guys are doing. I can't read your messages when I'm playing, obviously. I will check them out now. Sorry, I'm going to make sure I'm all caught up. Turns out with the tickets for 2021, if the gig is too far in the future, you're donating the cost of your ticket now. So whatever ticket you bought for this year's tour, just don't look for a refund, please. Donate the cost of that ticket to the venue to make sure they can stay open, and to make sure that we can come back to that venue next year in September and play a show. We'll be back, the three of us will be back with a new album, beautiful live set, yeah, as long as those venues can actually stay open. I know it's not anyone's job to make sure these things happen, but the arts are so crucial in these times, so do please support them. Crystal says, I have only one tattoo, an acorn on the inside of my right wrist where I can see it while I work. Oh, that's beautiful, Crystal. I think I might have to get one as well as soon as the tattoo part is open again. This song is keeping me going myself. WW Winding Way Down to Kells Bay makes me cry, so booger hours are now open. I'm sorry it makes you cry. I'll play it for you guys though, because playing songs makes me not cry, so that's good. So this is The Winding Way Down to Kells Bay. Stretches out before your eyes, it's like no other, they say, on the winding way down to Kells Bay, where sorrows met with smiling eyes, and the great black cloak brushed with stars for a sky, and the old trees leaning there to whisper a tale on the winding way down to Kells Bay. There's a song in the heart of the people you meet on the winding way down to Kells Bay. Yes, a joke to be shared and a drink to be drank on the winding way down to Kells Bay. And the green Kerry hills overlooking the sea, and the fuchsias are blooming so brightly and sweet, and the ocean could carry our worries away on the winding way down to Kells Bay. On the winding way down, oh, the winding way down, on the winding way down to Kells Bay. Yes, the ocean could carry our worries away on the winding way down to Kells Bay. There's a saint on the hillside at Diogdiasbiagbui, on the winding way down to Kells Bay. Lannis Chokla, the story Nagus, Lake the Ski, on the winding way down to Kells Bay. And when the bell rings and we'll stop for the chat and the owl caponte on the winding way down to Kells Bay. And the golden sun sets like no other, they say, on the winding way down. The ocean could carry our worries away on the winding way down. Usually Alec would play Part Nabuki just after that, so you can just imagine a beautiful slow air being played on the cello now. I hope if anyone needed to have an owl cry that you did. I know I've been intermittently having a bit of a cry because sometimes that's necessary. It's a very hard time for a lot of us, and I know that a lot of charities are struggling as well. I know that there's a lot of organisations that rely on fundraising drives. Alec is playing it right now, he's just not live streaming it. Yeah, there's a lot of organisations right now that are relying on fundraisers to keep going. There's people in direct provision who don't have somewhere safe to go hide out at the moment. So please, if you have it to spare, donate to Doris Limney, donate to the Irish Cancer Society. My little sister is doing a fundraiser for the Irish Cancer Society at the moment. It's an exercise challenge. Go look for Jean Langford on Instagram and you'll find all the details. It's the 6 petal challenge, so 6 petals, one for each petal on a daffodil. And because the Irish Cancer Society have had to cancel Daffodil Day, which is one of their flagship fundraisers every year, and they're losing out on millions of funds. And people with cancer obviously are very vulnerable when things like this happen, so they can't afford to lose any funding. So do what you can. Check out Jean's fundraiser. Jean and her friend Aoife Willis set up this brilliant thing that it's getting people active. You do one exercise, you post a video of yourself doing it, and you donate €6, €1 for each petal as well, to the Irish Cancer Society. So head to her Instagram. I might log off now if that's okay. I will be sharing The Little Prince later on. Would you prefer a video or an audio recording of that? Possibly an audio, because you can download the audio and listen to it later if you want to. The videos are a bit harder to save for later listening. But, or maybe I'll do both. We'll see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to raise awareness about. I don't think so. Thank you for tuning in. I'm very, very sorry that we've had to cancel our German tour and possibly all our tours for the next few months. It's a nightmare. And I know everyone is in a very similar boat. So look out for each other. Stay indoors. Wash your hands. Don't go to public gatherings. Just because we're all off work doesn't mean you gather everyone in your house for a big movie night. It's totally irresponsible. You might not think you're sick, you might not think you're carrying the virus, but you could be asymptomatic and carrying it. Don't take any chances, because someone in that group, even if you don't know anyone vulnerable, someone in your group of friends who you've invited to hang out might have an elderly parent or grandparent, or might have someone with diabetes, or might have someone with an autoimmune disease, or a life-limiting condition. You don't know. You don't know who you're coming in contact with. Don't take any chances. Stay at home. Stay to yourself for a couple of weeks. I know it's really hard. I'm really missing people. But it's for the greater good, to quote Hot Fuzz. Yeah. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll talk to you all soon. I hope I can figure out how to stop doing this live stream. Do head to my Patreon and get part of that, become part of that community as well. not just for, you know, to support me living, but also just to be part of a nice community of people who are all chatting, sharing ideas, all that kind of thing. Yeah, I know. I'm very influential, Declan. Now everyone should have biscuits.